In Nollywood, Kayode Kasum's new movie, What About Us, takes on the story of marriage and its early challenges among young couples. The movie, which stars raving actors including Uzo Arukwe, Fulu Stumps, Kuleremi, Seyi Awolowo and others, premiered in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria earlier this weekend. Entertainment News and Channels Television has some details from that premiere.
Prolific filmmaker Kayode Kasum, producer Bisola Badejo and preacher, gospel singer and songwriter turned filmmaker Emmanuel Iren joined forces on the red carpet to usher the new family drama What About Us to the big screens in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. The drama explores the complexities of marriage through the interwoven stories of two young couples.
And hopefully lasting connection. Feel free to come here anytime. We haven't had neighbors for about 3 years, right?
We had dinner with our neighbors the other day and we're pretending that everything was okay, but you know that we're just pretending.
I just said that I was sorry.
And sorry is supposed to fix everything. I'm not fighting with you. I'm simply pointing out that you've been distant recently. When I called you the other night crying, what did you say to me?
I said that you shouldn't give him power over your emotion.
And I'm not giving him too much power anymore. I don't know who you think you married, but I'm not that woman. David is supposed to be teaching me how to bake.
The new neighbor.
What do you do for fun?
I just want to make sure that you are happy.
What do you want from me? I'm already stressed from work. I don't need this right now.
Calling the shot on this movie hits differently for director Kasum, who attended the premiere in company of his wife.
I was kind of making a film about the phase that I was going through, or still going through. And I felt that there was some honesty in that, in me interpreting that story. It's a beautiful story by Pastor Inre. When I read the script, I had a big smile on my face, and I just couldn't start thinking of the actors that will play this film. I'm so excited to make this film. And like I said, it's a film that will put people, you have a self-reflective moment. It's a really good film. You have a self-reflective moment and ask yourself questions, and those are the type of films I think we should be watching.
The project is the brainchild of the executive producer, who is also a preacher and singer, Emmanuel Iren. A young counselor himself, he acknowledges the potency of movies as a tool to engender social changes and reach out to more people who might be going through some of the stories that have been shared with him in confidence.
Let me speak to him.
He's asleep.
Look, I messed up.
Jay, I'm responsible for this too. You have to tell her.
I've actually been very busy recently, dealing with a lot.
Where have you guys been?
Everywhere. Jay!
Let me love you.
We are all products of influence, and one major source of influence is the TV. And anyone who is passionate about culture shaping should pay attention to the TV, and which is what we are doing. And I believe that this is going to prove, statistically, it's proven to be a very potent source of influence and culture, and that's why we're here. I believe that a lot of people will be able to, in some shape or form, see themselves in this story, especially considering that in the dating phase, a lot of us put our best foot forward, and then as time goes on, subconsciously we begin to rest on our oars, maybe as children come in or things like that. So this movie is going to teach a lot about communication. It's going to teach on being deliberate, in your love story, because it's not automatic. You have to be deliberate to see that beautiful love story continues to blossom.
A lot of us, before we get married, when we're in relationships, we tend to do it all. But by the time we get into the marriage, see finish, everybody gets tired. And then everybody thinks they are doing their best, but they actually are not meeting what the other person requires. So I think this is why this is a very important story, because I think everyone will see themselves. If somebody is telling you something, you might not really know. But when you can watch someone act it, it's like a reflection. It hits something in you. And I think at the end of this movie, it's going to raise a lot of conversations. It's going to be very divisive. People are going to be asking questions. It's going to raise conversations. There's a lot of drama. It's a fun movie, trust me. You just have to come to the cinemas to see what I'm talking about. Watch it.
You must be the couple that just moved in next door.
The film cast includes Uzo Arukwe, Folu Stumps, Kunle-Femi, Teniola Aladeshe, and Seyi Awolowo.
Feel free to come here anytime. We haven't had neighbors for about 3 years, right?
It was first time working with Follow Storms. And after this project, we went on to work on other films. She's a brilliant actress. I think she's the future. I can't wait to work with her again. She gave us, she brought something to this film that made this film stand out, and I just can't wait for the audience to see it. Other actors on this project, Uzo Kule Remy, fantastic actors, like you've seen them in numerous projects. But one thing I did like is that they brought another part of themselves, another part of how they interpret scripts into this film. Atlanta Bridget Johnson, Teniola Aladese, Mary Umamaka, lots of fantastic actors on this film, good actors, and it's a good ensemble for What About Us.